Hello, everyone, and welcome to Guidance from Beyond. I am your host, Dr. Michelle Walker, and we are live on Spirit Realm Network. So, guys, if you're looking for, we're going to be doing some free mini readings tonight. We're going to be focusing and medical intuitive. So, if you are interested in receiving a message, please just say hello in the chat and let me know that you're there and that you would like a reading. Put a heart in the chat for me. So I'm following the chat on Spirit Realm Network here on Facebook. So if you hop over there, that is where I will see who is on. And if you would like, please share this out. I appreciate that, guys. Well, welcome, welcome. It is a beautiful, warm day here on the East Coast. I hope that you guys are hearing me just fine. Let me know that you're hearing everything okay this time. Not sure what. Okay. Can you guys? All right. So it looks like we had something pop up here. We got to love working with all this technology, right? It works sometimes, it doesn't other times. Come on, buddy. Remy's going to join us today. And we are going to give some readings. I love working with this particular team when we do medical readings. It's a completely different team that I work with than when I do regular spiritual readings. And these are specialists that come in, and I work with a very large group that come in and give these guidance to you. So let me know if you are here and if you would like a reading. I'm on the network here and I'm trying to see if it's pulling over that we're live. Yes. All right. There, I see you now. Hi, Lauren. I see you, Lauren and Christine. Good to see you guys. So if you would like a reading, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to give you one. I'm going to pull up the comments here. Awesome. All right, Christina, I'm going to put my glasses on today. Looks like I'm going to need them to read this. Oh, okay. And Laura, you'd love a reading as well. Wonderful. Okay, my dear. So let me go. We'll start with Christina. And let's see how this goes and what spirit is really tapping in and seeing. Okay. All right, Christina. When I step in with your energy, I feel like there has been okay, I'm listening. So they're talking about a structural. So I don't know if you're having issues with the spine, but I get that there's like you have support, but maybe that's part. So okay, all right. They're all talking at once here. So sometimes what they are talking about with support is a physical or it can be emotional. And it can be a lot of other things that are coming into play here. And I feel like the support, the spine, they're looking at in multiple aspects. So I do think it has to do with physical. Maybe you're having more issue with your doing some of the things that you want to do, I'm getting like more lower back and right in the middle of the back, some areas of tenderness. But I also get that this also has to do with, hello, my dear. This also has to do with feeling supported in maybe certain aspects of your life. And let me know if this is making sense to you, Christina. But yeah, I feel like it has to do with um, you have some support, but there may be certain aspects of your life that you don't feel supported, if that makes sense. Because I feel like if you sometimes you may want to go like outside of the box, if you will, or outside of other people's comfort zones. And good to see you guys too. It's making sense. And you don't feel supported when you want to just follow your passions in certain aspects. But if you're doing what's expected, and these words they're choosing are very purposeful, then you have the support. But so this is also, I feel like, one of the lessons you're learning in this lifetime, my dear. We all come in learning different lessons. And sometimes what's going on in the physical is also emotional and spiritual. So that's what this is with the back. Um, and so, guys, if you want to get readings, please go on to the Spirit Realm Network so I can see all of your comments and we can get the readings going from there. Um, so, Christina, think about this. This is a repeating pattern in your life, right? So, and this kind of like goes to everybody. When we have these repeating patterns in our lives, that is often a sign of something that we bring in that we want to learn and grow and experience in this human form. So, think about it when things present like that. Is that not something that's been a repeating pattern? And if so, that is your biggest one of your bigger lessons to learn. All right, because we're going to keep experiencing things in multiple ways until we learn the lessons, and then that those things kind of like fade away, and then maybe something else that was very powerful that we wanted to learn comes into the forefront. So just remember that when we see these repeating patterns, there are always a reason for that. So, Christina, you don't have a lot of friends or family. Okay, so that's maybe where you're feeling like you didn't have that extra support. But you're a very strong, intuitive person, and you get your support internally from your relationship with spirit. And so that you have just this tenacious will to keep going forward through anything. That you've been, going through, you kind of like just power through it, which is a beautiful trait, but it's also to help you learn that relying on yourself and going within isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's actually a very beautiful thing that you have built that, okay? So instead of feeling a negative on that, remember that you are a beautiful, powerful, divine being and you get your strength from internal, right? And sometimes it's a lonely walk, I agree, but it's it's necessary for what you chose to learn in this lifetime. So please remember that though there is physical, when you work the emotional and the spiritual, it often alleviates the physical as well. Okay. So I feel like just good movements. Tai Chi is really good for this. Yoga, anything like that, that you can just breathe within your body is going to help you with all of this as well. And they're saying specifically, I'm getting like moving the spine, stretching, and hip openers to release the stored emotions that you're storing. Okay. And I'm going to leave that with you with much love, my dear. All right. So I'm trying to get into Spirit Realms comments, and it's not letting me do that. Let's see. All right, perfect. Now I got them. um, so let's see. We have okay, Tanya Santos. Hello, my dear. If you would still like a reading, let me know. We'll go to her next. I didn't forget about you, Laura. I was drawn in on Tanya, so I wanna make sure you're still in the room, Tanya, and I'll be more than happy to give you a reading. Yes. So, come on over to Spirit Realm Network, Chris, and then we're, giving that way I can follow over there. All you guys, hop on over. It's good to see you guys. Thanks so much for coming in. We see Kathy and Tiffany and Marjorie and Chris, Sabrina. Come on over to Spirit Realm Network. All right, Tanya, my dear, let me tap in here. So, what I'm picking up with you here is I feel like you're extremely intuitive and you're actually very self-aware as well. But I think what happens with a lot of us is it's sometimes very hard to read yourself or to follow those kind of things for yourself. You do a good job, You do a very good job. You have a good divine team that's working with you that does, help you with your self-awareness, if that makes sense. And what I'm getting though is, um, we need to learn balance, balance in the body. So that can be physical balance, but I feel like it has to do with for you, you're in your upper chakras and in your head a lot, and sometimes that you can feel off balance. So we have to learn to, um, be more in your body instead of being airy-fairy all up in your higher chakras a lot, and you're in your head a lot. And so maybe you're getting headaches or, even dizziness that often comes if you change position quickly. Does that make sense to you? You are. Yes, 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 you definitely are very intuitive. But I'm getting, like, just a lot in the head. So learning breath work, and you're really good at visualization. So there's, a couple really cool things that you may like. Um, uh, Pranayamic yogic breath is very good. I'm also getting, um, uh, pranic healing. There's a meditation, it's, Twin Hearts meditation is a really good one for you. It is, Master, Chopak Sui, and it's pranic healing. So that may be something that is interesting for you to, experience, and because you're so good with your, clairvoyancy, when people talk, you can sometimes see the picture like I do, which is really fun. Hi, guys. It's really fun when people talk and you can just watch the movie play. But doing those kind of exercises strengthens that as well. So, you'll check it out. Yeah, I think you'll really like that because it just kind of flows with not just the healing aspect of that, but the, um, exercises and clairvoyance and stuff is really cool for you. Oh, I see you over here. Let's Hi, Chris. Thanks for coming on over here. I'll get to you. I'm gonna go to Laura Wilson. Are you still in the room, my dear? You would still like a reading? So I'm gonna leave that with you, honey. You're on the right track. Keep going and keep expanding different ways in which you are healing and learning and balance out of your chakras. There's actually acupressure points behind the knees that pull the energy down. So if you're really feeling like you're out there in your upper chakras and it's really hard to get down in, you can look these up. There's two different ones, and if you just hold them and let those pulses sink, and then do the other side of the, knee and let those sink together. It just pulls you right down in your body, which for me is a problem too, so that's funny. So I'll leave that with much love, my dear. Hi, Laura. All right, you ready for a reading? So let's see. Okay, so sometimes spirit is really funny. So when I tapped in with your energy, I started hearing you've got the whole world in your hands, and it feels like that for you. I feel like pressure in the neck and like the shoulders, like you feel like you have the weight of the world on you, and that you have a really hard time releasing that tension. Does that make sense? So what I'm getting is you are you are not creating it per se. Some of it you do because you take on a lot. So what they're asking is maybe when you start to feel like that, pull back a little bit and only yeah, if this makes sense to you. Yeah, so then you have to pull back. You have to be very self-aware and know when you're really getting to that hard point, and that's where you wanna make sure that you go, "Okay, bare minimums right now. As long as everybody is fed and dressed and clean and, the house can wait." You don't have to be everything to everyone, especially when it's you are drained. So it's really you learning that balance to go, "You know what? How about we're just ordering pizza tonight and it is what it is." And you don't feel guilty about that. Or, You just need to, instead of always letting self-care go at the expense of everybody else, you prioritize yourself. So, they're asking that when you feel that tension, that is clue to you that, okay, maybe you need to take a bath, maybe you need to just be by yourself, relax, go sit outside. Maybe they're also telling me some other cool little tricks to do self-care. Oh, and I hate that they're saying that like this, but they're saying that, like, you're always multitasking, right? And so if someone tells you to go take a half-hour bath, you're like, "Yeah, that's not gonna fit in my day." But if you're gonna take a bath to relax, you're gonna give yourself maybe 10 minutes, if you even do it. So what they're saying is there's ways to do things that you can still be multitasking while you do it. And what I'm getting with that is, like, microfrequency devices that can help with your stress. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of a Healy, but they are amazing. They are amazing. It's something that you just, like, clip on and you run programs. So you can run programs to help, with focus at your vagus nerve that you need to help, um, get you out of that intense fight and flight state. Maybe you need, I like some of them on here. There's actual physical things that you can run, so you can do pain, you can do the meridians. There's just so many things you can do with this, and you can still be doing all the other tasks that you need to do, right? So, that's what I mean by I hate that they say, "Yeah, go ahead and multitask," but sometimes that's all we can do, but it is giving yourself a little bit of self-care and love, and it's helping work the physical and sometimes emotional. Like, I like the one on there, if I'm just out of sorts, sometimes it's nice to put there's like a feel-good system that, it stimulates just in the right areas. There's also like, a happy one. So these work with the, neurotransmitters in the brain just to kinda help reshape get you, and they really do, they can make you just feel calmer and more centered and more yourself on those days that you really are feeling off. So there's just so many applications. So you may wanna think about something like that. The other thing that they talked about that can be very helpful for you is, UV lights. And, like, maybe you'll, like, lay on the mat or something like that because you're gonna get power-packed healing in a short amount of time, okay? Oh, okay. And the other thing that they're showing me is like a chi machine or those vibration plates. Something like that is really good, that you can literally be multitasking while you do it. You could be watching TV, you could be talking, you could be cooking and being on that. Like, you can incorporate these things in your daily life very easily. Um, you have to start prioritizing yourself and your stress level. Your adrenals are extremely, um, agitated and overworked, so DHEA may be something that can be beneficial for you. And there's also, pure encapsulations, cytotome AD, and taking that twice a day. So those are some things. I'm not your healthcare provider, but, ask your healthcare provider. These are just suggestions from Spirit, and, those supplements that you can buy can be very helpful in supporting your, adrenals as well, okay? So something to think about. And, I'm gonna leave that with much love, my dear, okay? Alright, Chris, are you still here with me? Hi, guys, thanks so much for coming in. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tiffany. We're doing readings, mini readings over here on the Spirit Realm Network. All right. So we'll see if, Chris, are you still here? Yes, there we go. All right, Chris, my dear, thanks for coming on over. Um, okay, you are still here. All right, my dear, let's see what's going on with you. Hmm. Hmm. So as soon as I step in, when we're looking, I feel like there's a lot you have a lot going on, my dear. And I feel like right now there's like a lot of chaotic energy going on around you. And you're trying so hard to stay centered and balanced within yourself around all of this energy. And so I got that there was like right through your sinuses, the whole way through here, I'm getting a whole lot of pressure. And I get pressure like it even into the back of my neck from this. And now that can be allergy, that can be, barometric pressure changes, that can be people really irritating you or being overwhelmed with all of the energies. There's lots of things that could be fueling it. I get that. There's also where you're trying to, um, maybe go through your own personal growth and change right now, and you're looking at how you could, um maybe make significant changes in your personal life, like what you're doing, your work, and all of those things. I feel like all of that is just giving you you're restless. I feel restless. Maybe more anxiety because I feel like that like surges of like your like palpitations almost is what I'm feeling. And that sometimes can be a lot of anxiety, again, being overwhelmed. One of the things I think happens for you is, like, as you're growing and your frequency's changing, once we tear away the old and the new comes, we can make ourselves our frequency can change and be higher, but it also makes us more sensitive to a lot of other things that are going on around us, and we can be more, overstimulated and more irritated and more, like, sensitive to those kind of things, and it makes it hard when we have to function in the world. Is this making any sense for you, Chris? Put it in the chat if it's making sense. Um, so a couple things that I feel like are really important at the end of the day, like the rituals that you do for your own care is really, really important. Um, so if you are saging or you're taking detox baths or what are you doing to cleanse you at the end of the day, you know? That is making complete sense. Thank you. Yep. So those little things make a big difference. If you have to like I always say, when I have to venture out into the world, if I don't have to leave my house, I don't because I love it. I love my house. But when you do need to go and you know that you are just, um, being affected like that, so we need things that can help us manage. Like I talked with, earlier is like a healing machine or what can we do in the wilds, to help our energy. Blocking EMFs is a big thing too. So that's maybe something you want to look at within your own home environment. Um, and we're all on these social medias and doing all these things and all these electronics that people that are more sensitive, we're being affected by that. So there's lots of things that you can do to counterbalance it. So, they have EMF blocking clothing, headbands, there's blankets, there's so many things. And also the lights. The lights are a big thing. Um, Wearing, like, those amber or red lenses can be very, very helpful in blocking that when that doom scrolling. If you wear the glasses and you scroll, it blocks that, and if you don't, being on all the social media at night, it just like, stimulates you and keeps you awake, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, a half hour's gone by." You just don't realize time is flying by, and now you're even more awake. So, need to block all that kind of stuff, and remember, being more sensitive in a harsh world isn't not necessarily a bad thing. It just means it's more challenging for you to get back to your baseline. So, be kind to yourself. Be kind, select the environments that work better for you, okay? Yeah, I feel like you just have to learn how to, um, readjust now that you've had this big shift. and another shift is coming. A lot of us keep going through this, like, we finally get settled and we feel like we're accomplishing things, and then boom, right away, spirit is like, "Oh, okay, you're good. Let's peel back another layer and see how we do." And I feel like that's been going on for you. Ground, ground as best you can. That's another great thing you can do is get, like, a grounding mat for your bed, so at least that's helping ground you back down into your body, and it's helping you at least, um, attune to the Earth's natural frequency, right? Okay, Chris, I'm gonna leave that with much love. Trust your instincts. If you think it's not a good situation, then it's not a good situation. Don't do it. But know there's a lot of tools to help you function. And there's I'm hearing about that you have to protect your mind and your sacred space in the mornings, have a quiet time, give yourself enough time to ease and move through your day, and also at night, you need that same kind of time. Make it your sacred time. Aw, you're welcome. There there is a lot of shifts happening as well as growth. That's awesome and spot on with everything else. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, my dear. So you're getting rocked and rolled. So know it's for a higher purpose. We're all shifting. Um, but just remember there's a lot of really, really good tools out there for us. So try to get your hands on as many tools that work for you to give you those options to help you empower you to heal and balance, okay? Much love, my dear. Right. Let's see who's next. Oh, you guys, I love doing readings. All right. Well, hello, Spirit Realm Network. All right, let's see who's here. All right. So we have a lot of Chris's in here. Chris and Christina. All right. So we have very good, very good. Michelle Curtis. Oh, how we doing? Would you like a reading, my dear? Yeah. If Michelle would like a reading, there you are. Okay. I love it. All right, my dear. Let's see what we got for you going on here. Okay. So interesting. As soon as I tapped into your energy, my dear, yes. Um, I was getting that you, again, a lot of healers and intuitives, we tend to take on a lot of things, and I feel like for you, you're doing that as well, and I feel like, um, I'm getting a lot of water around you. So this is interesting. This is like, I actually saw, like, Zeus, and I'm just seeing a very strong connection to water. Water is therapeutic for you. It's very, very healing, salt water in particular. Like, if you could be at a beach, that would be better for you than where the part of the US where you're at, or, like, you're in the Midwest, maybe? Like, you're in the middle of the States, not quite on the East Coast or South, you're kinda like that way. Um, and they're telling me that even if it's lake water, but water is very healing for you. And there there may be maybe you've been feeling this, that it's time to make a change, it's time to slow things down a little bit, not keep the crazy pace and do everything for everybody. Though you're one of the people that you spread yourself pretty thin, but you actually get very invigorated when you're helping people and you're doing things like team things. That actually can be very, um like, some of us, that would be draining, but it doesn't drain you as much as it drains a lot of other intuitives. But there may be a change that you need to take care of, and I'm getting a lot of energy around your heart, okay? So, that can be several things. I'm asking if they wanna go down that road here. Is it a structural thing within the heart? No. Um, are you having, like, irregular beats? I guess that's like PVCs. Are you having irregular heartbeats or feeling like you're having, like, palpitations at times? What I'm seeing is, um, you just push yourself so hard that you've conditioned yourself over all the years to be like that and to work really hard in everything that you do, but I'm feeling like maybe you're feeling like, "Okay, it's time to slow that pace down just a little bit, um, and take better care." Is this making any sense, Michelle? Yeah, 'cause I keep getting that around the heart area. Okay. I was just we're they wanna keep going down into that, so maybe it's off and on that you're having that, but also like we are looking if there's actual, it's making sense? So what I got was there's a little bit of, like, mitral valve prolapse, not significant enough, maybe, have that monitored, you just monitor that, but and I feel like if there is any kind of, um, atherosclerosis, it's not to the point of blocking everything. I feel like it's more electrical at this point, okay? And so acupressure is very good, um, microfrequencies like the Healy can be very good to help balance meridians and the energy channels. Um, Even, like, learning Reiki and doing, energy work can help with that. Now, of course, they're gonna come back. Are you a big coffee drinker, or why am I getting, like, really need to limit any kind of caffeine as well? And just a little bit of a change with the diet is what I was getting. You eat fairly well, but they're just saying, like, there's some things that you can make a difference with the diet that can also help that. So, um, eating more like, they're showing me, like, Mediterranean, like they eat in Italy, those kind of things. And just keeping yourself physical self walking and the flexibility is all very helpful for strengthening the heart, okay? You love your coffee. I feel you. I feel you, girl. So so here's what they're saying about the coffee. So, get like, I am very much about good coffee. So, get a good coffee, but limit how much you're doing. Instead of getting a big 16 ounce and going with that or having coffee all day long, they're saying, like, you need to have 1, max 2 in the morning and cut it, okay? Maybe switch it up and do half decaf, like, maybe start cutting back the caffeine a little bit in it. Hi, buddy. So, those may be things that you wanna do, to kinda help offset that. Because if you are drinking your coffee and it's a particularly stressful day, you may notice that you're having more of the abnormal, um, firings with your heart, okay? I know. So I can completely understand and resonate with this reading as well. So just have your good coffee, but have a little bit of it, okay? Not a lot, and not all day long. All right, darling, I'm gonna leave that with much love. Oh, hello. We have Denise. I probably am saying that wrong, but we're coming live from Australia. Lovely. All right, my dear. So let's see what we got for you. Me, Jody. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with that. Oh, you're so welcome, my dear. All right, honey, let's tap in with your energy and see what's going on. Oh, we got another like person that is high energy. You are high energy, my dear. You are going and going and going and going. And I feel like you also spread yourself pretty thin. You have a very sharp mind, and you also are in your head a lot. So for you, I feel like if you can learn like maybe meditation, breath work can also help you get more centered. Your power comes when you are more centered and grounded, and, um that's true. Yep, so if you can get more centered and grounded, you can receive your guidance 'cause you are very, claircognizant. You have a lot of knowingness about you. Maybe you don't always know where it's coming from, but it's awesome, your connection. That's always in your head. Yep. And and that's okay to always be in your head, but you have to be able to balance that with being in your body. And for you, I just feel like you they're, like, telling me you would rather just do it yourself, you know it's done right. You're very good at delegating too when you want to. And what they're saying is taking some of the stress off of your physical body, and I feel like for you, it's almost like you feel that in your stomach, right? So maybe you skip meals or you just, like, get an upset stomach because you're just, like, you revved a lot. Um, just I see a lot of bees around you, like, you're just a busy bee. So, making sure you carve out time to sit and to eat, and, like, you really need to, like no phones, no distraction, no nothing. Sit down, don't think about anything, and just engage with people around you and eat. Give yourself a sacred time like that, and we don't do that, we're so bad about that. Um, here in the US, like, we're eating and we're talking and we're doing 9,000 things, and that's horrible for digestion. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes, exactly. You're better at delegating, but you like to do it yourself. Yep. And you get, sick when you don't really eat. Yep. So, what they're saying is you actually accomplish so much more if you carve out your time. Your partner would like that, no phones, yes. You would actually get more done and feel better if you say, "Okay, this half hour is meal time, and that's it. This is sacred time, and nope, there's nothing that you need to do in that time. You don't have to take a call, they're gonna be there in a half an hour." Like, for your own digestion, just to take time, eat slow, and digest. Super important for you. Um, and learning to do that. Okay, maybe it interferes with your sleep too, because your mind is just like, "What do I need to do? Did I do everything I needed to do today?" And then you're, like, mentally, pushing yourself very, very hard. But what you need to do is think about, can you sit and just do some breath work, meditate? What do you do to decompress before you try to go to sleep? It's really hard to try to go to sleep when your brain is still firing a mile a minute, right? You definitely try, that no phones and just have me time. Yep, because you don't do that. Exactly. Yes, average 3 hours a night sleep every day. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you a tip that Spirit gave me a long time ago. So, I was actually working, 3 jobs and in school full time and was sleeping for years, max 2 hours a night. And how I was able to do all of that and still get my 3.95 GPA and still deal with teenagers and all of that, um, just because I was doing all of that, I didn't shirk being a mom and having to do things. So, what I did was I meditated 3 times a day. And that was for 20 minutes, 3 times a day. And It was so hard to tell myself I had to do that, but I promise you that 20 minutes of learning to get into a deep meditation quickly, it that's the only way I was able to function optimally, and this wasn't like, my jobs were in healthcare, so I can't go in there on no sleep and try to function and do calculations, and there's just a lot of stuff that you gotta do, right? So, you had to be and in school and that was also when I was doing the research, study on top of all of that, and getting that all done, so I don't recommend doing that. It's very, very hard, but 20 minutes can be as refreshing as 8 hours a night sleep. So remember, if you're gonna push yourself that hard, you need to fuel yourself. Meditation is a beautiful way and to build your relationship with God, right? With source, with whatever you say, whatever verbiage you wanna use. Yeah. You're about 3 hours a night, yeah, you don't decompress, and that only gets you so far, right? And then eventually, you're gonna hit the wall. If you don't refuel yourself every single day, it's gonna take a toll on your health, you're gonna start to get sick, so you don't wanna do those things, right? You're gonna have to learn, um, simple things. No distractions, take the time to eat, and then go right back at it a mile a minute, It's okay to do that, but you have to give you time. Yep, you was a single mom at a young age and played a high level sports and worked, so, um, used to being on the move, but now you don't play and you're finding it hard to function without playing sports. Yeah, yeah, you have to give yourself that time, and you have to give yourself time to like, I literally would schedule, like, I'm gonna have 2 hours where I'm gonna go get my nails done, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go for the walk, I'm gonna go to the lake, like, you have to schedule yourself in your day. So, that's what I did, and that's how I survived all of that, but it's exhausting. So, yeah, so you're very spiritual, and you just need to slow down and stop. Yep, that's where you're gonna hear spirit. And honestly, out of those meditations, I had so many more ideas and so much more guidance because you're in that receptive mode. So I highly recommend if you're not used to meditating, start with maybe, Monroe Institute, Hemi-Sync meditations. They are wonderful. They help teach you how to let go and let go. And for women like you and I that are just all the time going and always are in control, we have to learn to let that go. It's very freeing, actually. We get out of that masculine energy and we get into our feminine energy. So that's where you wanna be. That's where you wanna be. That is where the magic happens when you can just be in that receptive mode, okay? Yep, you're gonna literally put that in your diary now. Perfect. That's awesome. Yep. I if you make those changes, I swear it is a complete game changer in your ability to function. Even now, I mean, I work 12-hour shifts, but meditating and, I'll come home after 12, 13 hours and hop on here and do the show like it's nothing. And but then I know then I have to have me time. It's time to relax and let the day go. But you gotta do it in order to even get rest enough, right? Our bodies don't function when we're not getting into deep sleep. But if you can learn to go into deep meditation, and honestly, when I just stop, I fall asleep instantly. And I just go right out and I don't move until my body wakes me up. So that's also very important that you're getting into deep sleep to help your body heal. So 3 hours is not enough, my dear. We're gonna have to change how you're doing things, to get a lot more, rest for your body, okay? I'm gonna leave that with much love. Yes, try it. Come back and let us know how that works out for you. Alright. Alright, we got Katie. Katie Ray, let's see here, my dear. How are we? Are we ready for a message, my dear? I'd love to see what okay, so let's see. Oops, scrolling down the wrong way. All right. Awesome. Well, good luck to you, honey. You're very, very welcome. All right. Is Katie still here? Katie Ray, if you're still here, let me know, my dear. Put a heart in the comments, and we'll see. There you are. Okay. Perfect. Okay. As soon as I step in with your energy, my dear, um, I also am getting a lot of structural issues, okay? So I feel like your feet bother you. You're on your feet a lot. I feel like you're on your feet a lot. Um, and I feel like just maybe heaviness in the whole spinal structure. Like, soon as I tapped into your energy, I'm getting it in my neck, but I'm also feeling it, like, in my hips and down my legs, heaviness. Whatever you're doing, you're just on your feet a lot. Um, so there's also some circulation issues in the legs, okay? So I don't know if you wear, compression stockings or compression socks, maybe not like the big heavy compression, but super, super lightweight compression. Hi, Joe. Yes, you are. Um, I feel like compression socks would be really helpful, and honestly, there's some that are not like I mean, are you in healthcare? Because 'Cause they're, like, giving me that sign of healthcare. So they're saying about, you don't have to get, like, the Job stockings and all you don't need that. Like, Bombas socks, the compression socks they have are fantastic. That actually will give you a lot of support. They're also talking about okay, are you are you a nurse? You are. I think you're a nurse. I feel like are you doing bedside nursing? Because 'Cause I'm just getting, like, you are you're a nurse, yeah, like the physicalness of your job, I feel like the God bless you, like, the combination of the physical and the emotions, nursing is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Um, what I'm getting with you is that, um, are you looking long term? This kinda goes away from, like your mind is always, like you have good your OBGYN, okay. Yeah, I feel like you have good critical thinking with things. Um, you may wanna look at, like, long term, um, like, non like, doing something online, like reviewing charts or, um, there's always, like, legal nursing and things like that, where you can supplement your income, get more non-clinical, and still feel satisfied in what you're doing. OB is a fun, challenging specialty for sure, but you do good, and it is something that you're passionate about, which they do like that, but they want you to think about, like, more long term, what are you doing? Or are you planning on being more in an office, slower pace? Yeah. They're also talking about for you, it's important that you're doing flexibility, maintaining flexibility, and stretching out. So a couple things are really good. I feel like they're showing me, if you're not supplementing with, like, vitamin and, magnesium and, like, using magnesium glycinate at night and more, like, magnesium oxide in the morning or, utilizing, like, magnesium baths, like Epsom salts with magnesium flakes from, like, ancient minerals, 2 different forms of magnesium and soaking in that, um, a couple times a week would be really helpful in the absorption of your magnesium. that may also help with, like, I wanna s I feel like maybe carpal tunnel starting, but I feel like that tightness and pressure in the hands as well. Does that make sense, Katie? Um, and I feel like that would be helpful. So if you're gonna get the vitamin D, they're showing me around about 4,000 for you. And then getting outside every chance you get, super important. Um, is this making any sense to you, Katie? And I also feel like, like, if you're gonna take baths, then maybe add some, um, deep sea salts, but salt water is really, therapeutic for you as well. Um, yeah, like dead sea salts, like, add that to your bath and try doing that a couple times. I think that would be very helpful as well. Okay. Um, Yep, it is. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I feel like, you just have to do a little bit better, self-care on a regular basis, but working to make sure that you're outside as much as you can be. Like, for you, optimally, you would do really well, um, at the beach as often as possible in that salt water, and, but if you can't be there, you can create that same thing at home. Yeah, and they're also talking about your flexibility, so, either doing yoga, daily stretching. It's really important that you're stretching that spine, and you may even wanna do some kind of, like, traction. So, like, inversion tables, those things are great, and they will help decompress the spine and neck and the whole thing. Just FYI, if you're going to do one, make sure A, your phone is beside you, 2, it's best if somebody is home with you, but, you don't wanna get you wanna make sure that something is right beside you to help you if you can't get yourself back up. FYI, it is not a good thing when you do an inversion table and you can go straight up and down, but then you're not able to get yourself back up. But if you can do an inversion table, they are fantastic, for decompressing the spine. That actually would you would really like that. And then again, a UV mat is very, very healing and can also relax the muscles and things, if you don't wanna do baths. And those are really easy that you can kinda just have there and utilize at home. Yeah. Yep. So, taking care of yourself a little bit differently is what's required now, right? Perfect. Well, thank you for what you do, and are you working in the hospital, or are you working in an office right now? But either way, I feel like the, compression socks, you don't need compression garments, but just the socks would be they're amazing, and the one thing I like about the Bombas company is that when you buy one, they donate one, and they're very reasonable. I highly recommend that to anybody who's even flying to wear those. They're great. You are very welcome, my dear. I hope that works for you. Right. We only have a couple minutes left, so let me see. Sorry. See if we can tap in here real quick. Hi, Joe. How we doing? Let's see if we can tap in with Joe real quick here. I stick to my time. Are you still in here, Joe? Ah, okay, Joe. Let's see what we can do here. Um, All right, Joe. All right, we're just tapping in. Okay. So when I tap in, Joe, I feel like we're being drawn into your belly right away. I'm hearing about now, I feel like there may be a fatty liver situation going on, and doing some detoxing of that liver can be extremely helpful. So, okay. Um, boy, you got a lot of stuff going on, Joe. Um, what they're telling me on this is so the liver's function is vital for a lot of different reasons. And so when our liver is bogged down with trying to filter things, you don't not that you're aware of. So that it's always trying to filter things, whether it's medications, it has its role with insulin resistance. It has just a lot of function. So, always supporting the liver, if you anybody that's taking medications, you can almost bet without a doubt they need liver support of some kind. And what happens is if we're taking if we really look at what's in medications, there's a lot of things that are not, how do I say, compatible or they're more there's toxic things in with our medications. Um, and our livers are paying the price. How best way to skirt that. There so if you don't know what I mean, go look up and see whatever a particular medicine that you're taking, look at the ingredients in it. It's something that we never do, and, yeah, so you're on blood pressure and cholesterol meds. So what I feel like happens is your liver gets overly, um it's overworked, and then what happens is it's not functioning as much, and then, we can start to be storing the fats. It can also lead to insulin resistance, prediabetes, all these kind of things, okay? So there's a couple things that they're showing. Um, there's different protocols that you can look at. Just, you can look and see what you think on that. But taking those kind of medications can also, um, build up some heavy metals in the body, and heavy metals are also being sprayed on us, and there's a lot of things that are being sprayed that weren't in the past, but now it's occurring, and it can be giving us sensations of brain fog and feeling off, and, so I feel like if you detox the liver and do some kind of liver cleanse, and then support the liver with, um okay. There's lots of supplements. Milk thistle's a really good um, herbal supplement to take. There's a lot of different herbs. There's a lot of different supplements that you can take, that work different ways. So, some of the ones that I like, uh, Inavita has, like, a liver tea. It's, that is a very good supplement, and then Pure Encapsulations also has a Cytotome LV, which also works on liver function in a different way. So sometimes 2 of those can be very, very helpful, especially because you're taking these medications on a daily basis. So we're pushing our livers harder than what we need to. And the formulations of those medications 10, 20 years ago, are not the same as what they are now. They've changed the ingredients, and that's part of the problem. Um, but I do feel like, liver is a big focus, and that can improve a lot of other things that are going on. I already feel like you've made dietary changes because of the heart and the cholesterol and all of that, and you're doing good with that, so they're patting you on the back. And walking, I feel like walking is really important, for you, and, your wife's been asking you to detox. Yep, perfect. So she's giving you some Young Living, which is great, support supplements. Okay, perfect. So I would first consider like a good detox and then supporting as best you can. I hate to say she's right, but she's right. Um, and I feel like that will help you a lot. You're gonna feel the difference, but do as soon as you finish it, then start supporting the liver, okay? And then a lot of times people do, liver and then they do kidney cleanses to really kinda, like, detoxify the organs and the whole system, but do one at a time, you know, gets the whole system up and running. You may also wanna look at, Silver Fern brand has a lot of different kind of detox protocols, and I think that company is pretty good, so I would suggest maybe looking at those as well. I'm gonna leave that with much love. Guys, it's after 11. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm sorry if I didn't get to give you a reading this week. We'll try again next week. I hope you all have a beautiful week, and I will see you then. Much love. Namaste.